Hey guys, it's Sam and this is my October book haul. In case anyone thinks I look tired or you can't see my eyelashes, I'm not wearing falsies in this video because I'm only filming maybe one video and I'm like, you know what? No. Treat yourself, self-care, do not put on fucking eyelashes for one video, so I didn't. But I mostly wear eyelashes in almost every video, like very natural ones, because for some reason, the camera cannot pick up my eyelashes. Before I'm going on a rant now, when I first joined BookTube, I used to not wear falsies on camera, I never did. I would get so many comments from people, this is back when I had like 1,000 subscribers or less, from like, your makeup's really pretty, but you should wear mascara, and I'm like, I am wearing mascara. You just can't see my lashes. So hopefully my lashes are here and present in this video, but they're just gonna be not as big and like full because they're not falsies. Like, is that natural falsies? Even if they aren't natural falsies, I can wear whatever I want, but like, that's what I don't know why I felt the need to preface it, but I was having a moment when I was about to put on falsies where I was like, you don't need falsies, which I know. But then I flashed back to those comments of like, you should wear mascara, and I'm like, they weren't even intended to be mean, and yet I'm still like, I was wearing mascara. It's not my fault. My lashes are tiny. But anyway, this is my October book haul. So I have a few things that I've gotten this October. The sad thing is, as many of you have seen me talk about in videos and on Twitter, I am in an anxiety flare, although towards the end of this month, I've been feeling like my anxiety is getting more managed, but I'm still not back to baseline. Because of that, I haven't been able to read any fantasy, really. It's been very difficult. I've been reading mostly contemporary and things like that, so a lot of these books are still like very fantasy heavy books that I will be able to read at some point, but I just can't read right now. And a couple of them are like so dark that I won't be able to read them for a while, and I'm just like, why is this happening? And why can't I just read the things I want to read? But mental health and self-care is important. Take care of yourself. I get that. Let's get into it. Apparently I'm emotionally fragile today. The first book is the most recent book that arrived, actually, and it was just sitting closest to me, so I decided to pick it up. But it is an arc of Ruthless Gods by Emily Duncan. This doesn't come out until April, but it is the sequel to Wicked Saints, which I am excited about because although Wicked Saints wasn't like perfect for me, I'm really excited about the continuation of the series. This is gonna be dark and twisted and spoopy. Possibly scary at times. There's gonna be body horror, there's gonna be gore. I'm not in an emotional state to read it right now. But damn it, I wish that I was. So I mean, like, look at how big it is. It's ridiculous. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It comes out in April. I am pretty positive I'll be able to read it before April, when my brain stops being overstimulated by anything, and that will be an exciting time. I just really love how they've packaged this too, like this whole, it's just good. It was a good job, Wednesday Books. I then received The Silvered Serpents by Roshni Chokshi. This is the sequel to The Gilded Wolves, which is one of my favorite books of the last year, although I read it at the very end of 2018, technically, but I love it and I cannot wait to read this. And since I read the last book in winter, I plan on reading this one in winter as well. Just, it feels like those vibes, but it's my favorite crew of nerds trying their best. I just love that kind of book, and that is exactly what this is. And there's a lot of things, because Roshni gets me on a deep emotional level, there's a lot of things in here that just like speak to me on a deep emotional level, and I can't wait to see what happens with this continuation. This is coming out in February 2020. Speaking of the fact that we're now getting releases for 2020, like I know 2020 is around the corner, like I get that, but also like 2020, I heard a thing the other day where it's like we're closer to 2030 than we are to the 1990s, which I know makes sense with the way that time works in math, but I'm also like, what? Then I have a pre-order that I pre-ordered quite a while ago of a book that, again, I can't read right now, but I wanted to open it here. Yes, it was a Waterstones, a UK edition, right? And there was a whole debacle because my card had changed since I had bought this, and so I had to have Sarah Jane actually call that Waterstones and like, you know, correct everything. But this is a book that I haven't yet to be able to read, and people are like, are you reading this yet? And I'm like, no, because it's very dark and I can't read it right now. My brain won't let me. And I had been holding off on this book until fall because I was like, because I have an arc of it. And I was like, I want to read it during fall. I want those like spooky vibes. I want, you know, because Again, I like things like goth fantasy. I did a whole panel at BookNet Fest that was my baby on goth fantasy, and here I am, my brain being like, you can't even read about any magic at all. It's overstimulating. You can't read it. Like any magic, even just like element, nope, none. So this dark shit, of course I can't read, but of course you guys know what I'm talking about. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I really wanted the Waterstones limited edition, and that is what I got. It is so pretty. Like, this is my entire aesthetic right here in a book, because it has the darkness, it has the black, but the other colors that I tend to wear are like the dark purple and green and blue and this kind of like raven feather colors basically. So this is everything that I've wanted, but also I'm like, I can't read you. Someone recently posted all of the content warnings for Ninth House, and I'm like, holy shit. Which I've known that it's a dark book, but I'm like, even on a good day, this is gonna be a tough one to read. Good thing I have anxiety medicine. Use your medicine, kids. If you have any physical condition that requires medication, whether that's a mental health condition, which is physical, or something else, use your medicine. That's me, your crazy fun aunt, telling you to take care of yourself. Then the very end of September actually, but after I'd filmed my book haul, I went to visit Minneapolis, Minnesota, because it's a place that I might eventually move to. It's a place I was checking out, and I saw my friend Caitlin from Book Chats, and she no longer wanted this book and asked if I wanted it because she'd seen me talk about it, and I was like, yes, please. Although, again, I don't know I'm gonna get to this. Like, this is a book that I just don't plan on reading soon, but that I definitely want to read, and that is Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. This is an adult standalone fantasy, epic fantasy based on North African, I believe, folklore, mythology, and things. So I've heard this is very dark. I've heard that more like with like the themes and stuff, there's obviously going to be themes of like racism, possible colonialism, things like that. So it's just going to be heavy. So I haven't planned to read this anytime soon anyway, but I'm glad I have it on my shelf for eventually. And it's a signed first edition. Caitlin's a gem. All this fantasy, and I can't read it right now. Then I was contacted by Burnt Edge Studios, and they do wooden bookmarks, and they asked me if I wanted to try one out, and also if I wanted to give away the same one to my subscribers if they were interested, and I said yes, because I looked through their stuff and I found one that spoke to me. So it comes in this little box, and it says Burnt Edge Studio, and then is this little wooden bookmark. And it smells really good actually. And I got this one because it's plants and books. So if you are also a plant loving book person and you want one of these yourself, I will leave the information down below that you can get one, win one. Look at how cute. It's so adorable. It's so thin, like I'm just like, oh my gosh. But look at all the little plants on the shelf. They're so happy. And lastly, we have this month's Owl Crate box. So as you guys know, I am an Owl Crate affiliate, so I do have a coupon code down below where you can get 10% off an Owl Crate box of your own or a gift to somebody else. And I do not receive any kind of compensation for that code. That's just for you guys, but they do send me a box every month to unbox and review kind of, and just have fun with, just like a fun time. And I remember that this is a space themed box because last month when my anxiety was starting to ramp up, so fun. It was a horror box and I was like, it's September, but everyone was like, well then obviously they have the book to read for October, and I'm like, makes sense. But this is now getting us ready for November and space apparently. So I have no idea what this might be, but let's get into it. Technically the title is Dawn of a New World. So this is like a little girl and her cat in space. So first is this little book tin, and they've done things like this before, and I believe these are all lines from the Illuminary series, or Illuminati Chronicles, or whatever it's called, by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, because one is like, until the last star in the galaxy dies, you have me, blah, blah, blah. So they have like a quote from each, I think, couple in that series, but they've done book tins before, and then you like keep stuff in it. I don't know if people keep in it because I believe this is too small for a pen. Is it? Let's try it. This pen fits, but like barely. So I don't know what people store in this, but it is a thing that can store things. Ooh, this is fun. It's like a velvet box. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I actually really love this. Okay, so this is a necklace. That's the moon with like technology circuitry pieces. You know, I mean, I love space things, but I'm not like smart about space things. It looks, you know, like part of a computer kind of. Oh, I love that. That feels like Space Witch. You know what I mean? This is apparently by Iron and Ink Designs and it's inspired by the Lunar Chronicles, which makes sense. When I saw it, I was like, this is gonna be like a Cinder Lunar Chronicles inspired piece, but like, I enjoy you highly. Like, how long are you? Like, I'm not a big necklace wearer. Although I do want some pieces from like Blood Milk. Ooh, 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 okay, okay, okay. Do you love? I love, like, look at this. Look at this. I think I like that. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. I know you guys can't see it down there, but like, I'm just gonna keep wearing it because I think that's really pretty. I rarely like jewelry besides these things, which are all like from the same company. Ooh, pretty, okay. Whew. I love space. Oh, these are from Crafted Van. They're little Saga, from the graphic novel Saga. The little Saga characters, and I haven't caught up with this graphic novel series. I'm so far behind, but actually 2020, once I get my TBR down, which will probably be in like early 2020 now since I haven't been able to read a lot of books in my TBR because of my anxiety. Anyway, once that happens, I want to like really go ham and catch up on my graphic novel series, and Saga is one of them. And it's a space opera, and it's these two characters who are in love, but they shouldn't be because like they're like a Romeo and Juliet, like star-crossed lovers. And then this is a cat that knows when people are lying. It's called Lying Cat. I love them. And these are little magnetic bookmarks, by the way. So they like go over the page and they're so cute. I love them. And then this little sticker from Warcross, which is a book that I haven't read, but the quote is, "Everything's science fiction until someone makes it science fact." Which is true. Although some things we get like creepily correct about sci-fi, and some stuff it's just like, guys, no. Are there 2 books in here? I think there are 2 books in here. Is that correct? There are 2 books in here, which I wasn't expecting. Because I was like, wow, I'm getting the book fast. And like, then there's another book behind this book. So let's just, let me just show you. Gosh, has there ever been 2 books before? Oh my gosh. So the first book is I Hope You Get This Message by Farah Naz Rishi. This is sort of one of those like science fiction contemporaries. So it takes place on Earth and there's like an alien race that has come and is like, in 7 days, we're gonna kill all of you. It's fine. And so this is so like a group of teenagers and stuff that are all having to like kind of figure out what they're gonna do like before the world ends. So this is one of those. And this is obviously an Owl Crate exclusive edition signed by the author. I'm not even sure I've seen the actual cover of this one. I'm just really still blown away that there's 2 books. Okay. And the second book is Crier's War by Nina Varela. Look at this cover. Oh my goodness. Like, oh, that's so pretty. And this book sounds more like a space opera, space fantasy. So it definitely has like that fantasy lean to it, but it features automatons or like, well, it sounds like it's either like automatons or like androids, but basically this is a very typical like sci-fi story. These androids, automatons were created and then they overthrew the humans. So now humans are like the subservient sort of like race and whatever. And it sounds like 2 of the characters fall in love, but it's a female-female romance. So I'm very excited about this because I tend to love space fantasy, space opera, that kind of thing. And this just looks so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then this month's pin is obviously 2 pins for each book. So this is for like the more contemporary one and this one's for the like space opera one. 2 books! 2 books! And it looks like I didn't get the little newsletter thing, but usually there's a little newsletter that features everything that's in the box and stuff and shows like the Owl Crate exclusive edition covers versus the not. Again, both of these are Owl Crate exclusive covers, both of them are signed, and you get letters from the author to Owl Crate subscribers, and that's all Owl Crate exclusive stuff. But the theme for the November box is Through the Enchanted Forest. You guys know how I feel about forests. I'm very hopeful that by November, December, I'll be able to jump back into my spoopy enchanted forests and things like that. Maybe this one won't be spoopy. Maybe it'll just be like a nice enchanted forest. Who knows? Enchanted forests. And every November box will include an exclusive reading planner in collaboration with Blue Star Press, which they've done reading planners in the past before, but again, I don't know what books are coming out that would fit this enchanted forest theme, but I'm always down for a forest. You guys know I'm always down for space. I'm always down for magical forests. It's what I love most. So that is it for my October book haul. Comment them below and let me know if you've read any of these books that I've gotten and what you think of them, especially these books because I don't really know anything about them. Super intrigued, especially about Cryer's War. So if you guys have heard things about Cryer's War, definitely let me know. So thank you all for watching and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.